So no, I don't think it's right to just say, oh, all he has to do is pay a light bill or whatever, because how does that help him grow, as a man, as a person? You know what I mean? All of us should really be in the, I guess you could say, in the business of helping each other be the best that we can be. And if he has more potential than just a light bill, then put a little pressure on, put a little pressure, like, I'm not about to do all that. You got to do this, this, and this, and this. And with that, they love you, they rise to the occasion. I believe that's what the woman's role is to mine out the king in that man. You don't just focus on all the things he's not. You got to focus on all the things that he is, and you bring it out. You push him to be the best that he can be. So no, I ain't doing that. We gonna help you rise. We gonna help you rise. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, you passed off to me? Keeping the roll? Oh, it's me. Okay, I'll go. I'll take this from a different lens. In my bio you didn't hear, but I started my career as a family law attorney. And I know, but don't call me anybody. I don't do that anymore.
I was getting ready to call you.
But I started from here, because from being in the room with so many people, you're trying to negotiate, mediate all these different issues. They never had what you're talking about, and all things get an understanding. So I think that understanding is something that you have to define based upon your relationship and not on the standards of someone else. So from just being a family law attorney, only seeing people in the negative, that impacted how I see the world. I'm like, we cannot cut this baby into 10 different parts. Somebody has to figure out parenting. Somebody has to figure out the bills, all these different pieces, because you're seeing people at their most vulnerable and worst spot. My only hope was, out of all those years in practicing in family law, that people had those conversations before they got to me. And I know conflict arises. So out of this, I would say if it's light bill, whatever it is, I think that's a low standard because there's more expenses in a household than the light bill, but I get he was trying to spark interest. But I think it's a broader piece of not only where we are, where we need to go, and what pathway do we need to have around financial literacy and education? Because that's not about how much money's in your bank account. Trust me, I saw that with my clients. There were a lot of zeros and there was no zeros, and everybody had the same conflict. They didn't get an understanding about what money meant to them. So I know it might sound cliche, but money matters. It's as equal as any other conversation you need to have. And it's not a conversation, I'm sorry, that you should be having in front of me as the attorney.
That's really good. I really like that. What I will say is Tyler Perry says that if your man is only paying the light bill and you make a whole lot of money, is that sufficient? Is that sufficient for you? I think that what's happening so frequently, so many people are inserting how they feel in other people's okay. If a woman says, my man paid the light bill, we happy around here, I'm not here to knock her down. I'm not paying the light bill.
That's good.
What am I gonna do? So if I am not contributing to that, do I really have a problem with that? So let's just think about this from a perspective. If I'm a mother and I have a son and he has a wife,